Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're in a busy Scotland, and you may notice in the background, as we're sat at Pollokshields East, that we have a different train running the diesel line, the non-electrified line, up to Crossmalouf. It's a, do you know, I can't remember, is it a Class 196? I replaced the 156 because the Sprinter was a little bit on the loud side. But anyway, we'll mix and match these. We'll put some old diesels on as well. And maybe some steam. I do have some Caledonian steam engines installed. That'll be nice to see, wouldn't it, to make a change. Can you tell I've been busy? I finally did this area. It used to look a little bit plain, didn't it? But now it's got some shrubbery in there. And a few new assets splattered around. It looks better, doesn't it? A bit more lived in. Shall we get the UI up? We've got a busy one today. It's starting to come together. We're missing some buildings at the top, but as long as we get some of this trackside done, it's going to make for some pleasant cab rides once we're finished with the Cathcart Circle. There you go. We've got some more detailing done there as well. The bridge is a bit more complete. Artistic license was had. That's not really how it looks, but it's not bad, is it? Sort of does the job. I have been doing a little bit of infrastructure building, mainly down this side. We've extended a little bit down there as well, and there's a new bridge in that does cross over the two lines. Well, this is kind of a branch, isn't it? Still a line. Does this get used often? I don't know what it would be for. Maybe the depot that we've got to put in up there. There goes our HST. I would like to replace that for something. Down in the comments, should we put a steam engine on that? Possibly. We do have a few. We can't have it very long currently because it stops at the smaller stations. But once it heads off the map and is more of an express line heading to London on the West Coast Main Line, we'll put some bigger expresses on there as well that go through the stations, which will be interesting. Do we like this? I love this train. It's not bad, is it? It sounds a little more pleasant. Yeah, there we go. Nice chugging diesel sound. And the cameras work as well. That's always a bonus. I have extended our track coming out of Glasgow Central there, heading to the West Coast. And this junction was a bit of a nightmare. Now, fear not. If you are a fan of the junction work we do together, there is plenty of that to come over there, where we're heading today. We're going to Shawlands today to do a technically complex station. The station itself isn't that complex. It's the fact that it's got multi-level entrances, one heading up and one heading down. But yes, I needed to get this in because I wasn't sure roughly where we were going to be here in comparison to everywhere else that we've been building. From the depot, looking across, this is about right. It's close enough, isn't it? We've got to fit in a bit more motorway and some riverside stuff anyway. So this'll work. We're not far, are we? We're not a million miles off there. In fact, let's get just a bit of track. Are we close? I'm going to say it's a little more than 100 meters. 166 meters off our path there. But given how this goes, we should be able to make our way back. What we're doing today is down here. This is going to look a lot different by the time we're finished. Anyone that's been following me on Twitter would have seen the progress I made. And that's because I was doing here's one I made earlier. Not for the station build. We're going to build it. Then we will switch to the one I've done previously. The only reason we're doing that is progress. We need to make some progress, don't we? And it will take a lot to get the correct level around here. And we'll go and take a look at the map, shall we? Shawlands Station, the station itself, not overly complex. Obviously, we're going to have to use the the flexible station. Is that the name of it? I can't believe it. I think I've forgotten the name of it. I want to say flexible station. Because of this nice little teardrop that we've got going on here. Well, yeah, kind of a teardrop. Elongated squinty eye. Neither of those really. But yes, ellipse. Let's just take a look at what we've got to do. We've got to come up from the road here. We'll just rotate that a little bit. And have a stairway up. I think it's a stair. It looks like a stairway, yes. So we've got to have stairs coming up from a bridge, a road. And it's a tricky one. Oh, we've got little bus stops here as well, just before the bridge. And we've got this end, which is up on a hill. Steepness of these hills that these houses are built on was a bit of a challenge. It doesn't look great, but then again, we can't seem to build like that where they've got little steps coming down so that you can be on a slopey road. You'll see it goes down down there. I've done all this. I would like to show you today how to actually do the station. That's the technical part. So yes, as you can see, we go all the way up like a hill. It is, in fact, a hill, isn't it? It's all built on a hill. On the other side is something similar. And then we head down to the other track that we've got there, that we've got already passing through, which eventually will go to Pollock Shores west. So we've got Pollock Shields east and west, and Pollock Shores east and west. There we go. I don't think we're doing too bad. This one, like I said, is going to be tricky. And we'll get it in. Alright then, should we get building? So what we got to take into consideration here is we need to fit stairs in. One of them needs to be these, the ones that attach to the road, and we're going to turn off the terrain for them. The others are going to be the ones that you build that go across there. So we're going to get the station in. We want, what, about a little over 80 meters, because we need the curve to happen, don't we? Then we'll have our main platform. So we'll get our platform from our flexible station here. Hopefully we can get 80 meters. That might be a little too close to that bridge, because we've got to come out. I don't want to separate the bridge, if possible. It does start to separate a little bit on the bridge, but Transport Fever doesn't do the best job of it. So what we'll do is extend this line a little further. I don't know if many of you are keen on the actual building of stations, or whether you're here just for the pretties. Are you learning anything? I am, because I had to figure most of this out as we go. Right, that's 84. We could probably go a little bit further back. That's 80. That gives us a bit of room, doesn't it? Let's go from here. 80 meters. There we go. And we do want it quite thick, I would say, yeah. And we do want it to curve, but we don't want it to curve too much. We're going to hold shift so that we can get the a bit of an angle. We're going to have it a little bit thicker than it would be. It tapers off much more than this, but we just want angles and do the best we can with Transport Fever. I mean, that's pleasant, isn't it? That should work and give us a little bit of a footing to grab onto there. Then we can put the tracks in. You can always rebuild this later on if the angles are a little bit wrong, which is pretty much what I did when I was building it. And if we delete this, I would like to level this out, because we've got to put the feet of our bridge that goes above down here somewhere. So if we start off with terrain tools here, now that we've got something to level off from, we can have it nice and flat, and we can then get rid of that section just there as well. And we can get rid of that since we have the platform already, and I believe it's a straight line anyway. So there we go. Yes, we can do that, and then we'll fill that in. We've got a nice edge to work from there, haven't we? Do that and fill that in a little bit. The ground next to us here is going to be higher anyway. So it doesn't matter that we're doing that. And then that should be a nice little curve, nice gentle curve. We slow down into the station, but that's absolutely fine. Now, this is the tricky bit. We've got to fit our stairs in here. So what we'll do first is figure out where that's got to sit. Now, platform 2, if we're looking east, should be on this side. So we'll do that side last. So what we need to do first is get this platform in, which will be platform 1. Oop, come on, come on. Get the station in there. And that should be P1. Perfect. And then we'll do the same for P2 over here. And we'll join to new station. And then we can name this what it's going to be. Shawlands. There we go. Lovely stuff. Alright, now we can delete this bit of track back and figure out what sort of height we're going to need the road at down here. Because this should attach to it. And we'll need to build ourselves a little bit of a base, won't we? So if we do that, just give it a little bit of a base, we can tidy it up a bit later once we've got the infrastructure in. There we go. We're going to need it there anyway, I think. Yeah, like that. We'll go full on to the side there. Now, can we get that looking nice? We'd have to go a little further out, wouldn't we? So that we force the smoothing to do it properly. There we go. Now we smooth the station track. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, that's much tidier. And then, of course, we can just throw that back like that. I don't know what we're doing with that side yet. So we'll just leave that as is. We'll cut this back for now. And then smooth it out. All of this is going to be a hill. Giant hill. All sorts of different elevation. Oh, we've got the buildings over here. I forgot to show you. I just glimpsed it. I put this in. It's not how it looks. Improvisation, but we've got people walking out between the buildings there. That was a bit bizarre. It doesn't matter, does it? We're not going to see it. But that's a lot of artistic license there. I don't know why this van and car are here. What are the odds we're ever going to see those? Yeah, they're pretty low odds, aren't they? 0, I would say. There's no chance. Our little town's doing its job, isn't it? It's generating AI once we get some roads linked up. If we had a road linked to Cambuslang now, they would be getting in their cars and driving there. But anyway, back to Shawlands. Let's find out what sort of height we need. We want to go... We'll try -9 to start with. I think that's going to be more than enough. We do want the terrain on because what we want to do is flatten underneath. We want to go closer, I would say, to there. To the inside track. We'll get you in there. The whole reason we want this in here is not for the actual terraforming there. We could possibly do that ourselves, but it's to get this base and then we can flatten everything around it to match that base. There we go, like that. And then what we can do, now we know the size of it, is delete this and keep that flat up to the bridge here, and then we'll put it like a brick wall around this side. It's not what I did in the end with the other build, but it's an idea I had this time around. Now, let's turn off that and that. I would just like to hook in to the station. Now, I guess the issue with having it like this and not with the terrain, we lose the step, don't we? The people are going to vanish down into the nothingness there. So perhaps we can just get us a little bit of... I know the brush is absolutely ginormous, but we just need a little bit of ground to build this on. Now, can we do it? That might be better. There we go. It's drawing a straight line, which will mean our passengers won't sink down and we can sort of fill the rest in. I don't know how fine we can get this. I would like it to be not too much rock there. Or maybe we could do it with a slightly smaller brush and just get this out here. Maybe. I feel like I should have terraformed just here. Oh, there we go. No, we've got it. And we'll get you in there, and that's much nicer. And it's even done us a little walk over there. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is where the road's going to be. We're going to be going under here. Put the road wherever it needs to be, and then we know when the bridge needs to start. That should be fine, shouldn't it? Oh, but we've made a bridge. That's not what I was supposed to do. Who saw that coming? Not me, obviously. Let's do that again without the shenanigans. Ah, there we go. That's about perfect, isn't it? It isn't quite parallel with the station. I think it's sort of more that angle, just to make things a little more interesting. There we go. If we get that in there, we should be able to go over. Or up to it is what I would like to do. And now we want to turn this back on. Thanks for the tip about moving this, by the way. This is great. You can throw that wherever you want, which is a neat feature. Anyway, tracks. What we need to do is get invisible tracks. Would be lovely. There we go. Is that selected? Do we have invisible already? Perfect. All we need is to go up to there. There we go. I would like to just use some assets to make some brickwork here. Otherwise the terrain's going to get all in the way of our steps there. Then this section would be the bridge, which we won't be able to do currently, but we know that we can draw a bridge from that point. And is there any way to mark where this is going to, where the road's going to end? I guess we could get some paint tools, right? Never thought about doing this before. I got my thinking shoes on today. We could just draw like a line here, and then we know that's where the other side of the road is. Why have we never done that before? I don't know. I really don't know. That would have made my life so much easier. Right then. Kind of a red bridge. In fact, should we go and have a look at the map? Let's go down to Street View here. Have a little look. Oh, it's all sorts of red, isn't it? Red and white. Yes. And then, oh, there's a little arch. Oh, guys, I'm so glad that I decided to make that empty track. Oh, yes. Oh, isn't that lovely? We've got to do this. We absolutely have to do that. That's beautiful. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. Okay, so it's definitely red. That's lovely. We only have, I believe, it's the red and white. We don't have just pure red. But that should be fine. We can get this in. And we only need it quite short, don't we? Because the road, and then we change it back to this one. So that should put us a nice little red bridge in. Yeah, that'll do, wouldn't it? I mean, it's red and white, just like the other one. And then we'll take this one up here and change that one back to invisible. The reason being is this section here is a stone structure. So this is where our road is going to cross. And then we've got the stone structure. And then we've got another bridge and another road. What we need to do is... Oh, you won't connect there? Will you not connect there? Come on. Connect up. There we go. Is that going to be enough? We need to... Oh, it's actually perfect. There we go. So what we need to do here is we need to figure out where this section of bridge is and make it the same length as this one here. So what we can do is draw us a section just here that's about the same length. There we go. We can delete the bit of track we just put in. Then we can just draw the bridge itself. I may have messed this up a touch. We should have done it all like that. Yeah, it won't work like that. My bad. Do that again. This time, build it all with the correct bridge, because you're going to be deleting it back anyway. Oh, did that not select it? Did I? Did I not select you? Let's try that again. There we go. There we go, finally. Right, now we can do this bit again. See, we'll know where it's going to be. It'll be the correct bit of bridge as well. So we'll get that in there. Delete that back. Make this the correct bridge. Wouldn't it be nice to highlight a piece of track and change the bridge at will? That would be something I would love. But yes, we'll get this in. And now we want it invisible for our building block work that we saw. That should be invisible now. Did you not work? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Right, do that. Now will you build my bridge? Yay, there we go. Lovely stuff. And you as well. Perfect. Yeah, now we've got our crossing there. And our road should fit snugly underneath, not that. As long as we've got the height right and we go along this line here and we hold shift, make that flat, about the right angle, and it's about either side of this, where it's not quite in the middle, is it? And you've made a bridge anyway, so terrain tools, I'd like to give us a little bit more room along here. I can hear all the trains and stuff in the background, it's ace. Right, we want to go somewhere like that. Hold shift, stay flat, nice distance, about center. Why does it sometimes do that? I do not know. Where you're holding shift and it just refuses to build. There we go. I think we're connected, aren't we? Yes, we are. So that's how I would go about building that. We're not going to detail this up just yet because I haven't done any of the detailing. And by the looks of things, we're going to have to redo this section anyway. We'll see. And up here was an interesting one, shall we say. Stairs 1. This is not the right one anyway, I think. No, it's not that one. This one. Is it that one? Yes, it's that one. There we go. Stairs 1 to start with. Then entrance on one side. And then entrance on the other side. That's not how I was expecting that to go. Is that the entrance we need? Yes. Oh, we need stairs 1, then entrance. There we go. Yes, there, we've got it, guys. That's how we do that one. And we'll put that in there. If you put terrain on, it's not too bad. The problem we have there is it makes some slopes. And I don't know whether we can fill those in. I mean, we could try. The thing we could do is just get the height here from the pyramid that we've created. Yeah, I think... No, okay. We can colour underneath it. Oh, that's kind of beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, so there's our hill. Either side. And that is required. I know it looks ginormous. I did it a completely different way when I was building it the first time. Same result. Why is that one not doing it properly? Who knows? Ah, transport fever, you're beautiful. There we go. That's it. We've got our connections here. And that's how... It's fairly similar to how I did it. I brought up the terrain either side to roughly where I thought it would be. And it just coloured it in. But that was an easier way. Yes, to achieve the same thing. And that's the station. That'll be the build that you need to do. Up here, it was just a case of meeting back down with this road. Which eventually, I guess, can just be with whatever the ground is. Yeah, just go up like that a bit. And I had one of these roads. Oh yes, we should build the road up here. Figure out where the road needs to be up here in order to make this work. And then just draw it all the way down. And fill it in. There we go. That's all I did. It's a bit bumpy. It doesn't matter in the middle because there are some roads coming off as well. Once that's in, you can just get the middle here. Go along, get all this a bit higher just so we can smooth it. It gives it more to play with, like Play-Doh. There we go. And here we are, with all the houses in. As you can see, the state, in fact, that's pretty much almost identical, isn't it? It might be a little further that way. That will work, though. Oh, I prefer my other one. I deleted it now. That's it, it's gone. I do not fancy doing all of this again. Absolute nightmare. We're never going up here. As long as it looks okay from down here, this will have a similar thing going on to what we have up here. It's not going to matter too much what we see here. And on this side, we're going to have some trees and stuff as well. It's going to be hidden for the most part. Shall we detail up then? As you can see here, I had the terrain turned on for the supports here. And do you know what? It doesn't actually look too bad and probably works just fine. Because the steps here remove the terrain a little bit, don't they? I don't know if we can just get that down a little bit over the step. I don't think so. Yeah, that's about as good as it. It doesn't matter, Grand. It doesn't matter. You're not going to see the little bit of dirt on the steps. What I would love to do, though, after we saw that fancy, is see if we can't get us like a little arch entrance. It definitely looked to be this, didn't it? It definitely looked to be like that. We want a small arch, don't we? Human-sized arch. So let's get the width right down. Is it width that we need to get down? I think so, isn't it? No, it's the length. Although the width, we're going to have to be careful with anyway. Where would we want it to go back? Up to that first bit on the stairs, perhaps? Oh, not that. That's massive. That's absolutely giant. Yeah, I've gone completely the wrong way there. There we go. As long as people don't hit the head, that'll be fine, wouldn't it? We can go right to the edge of the road here. If we got us a temporary building line to work with, maybe this one would work. Just so we've got a bit of a straight line. Stop doing that. There we go. And put that in there. Now if we go into assets, what we should be able to do is set the required height, which is definitely not that. It was 9, wasn't it? It would be something like that, would be track or platform height. So we want 7, probably 5 actually. We'll go with 5 meters. There we go, that's lovely. We want to shorten it so that it's a human-sized arch. It doesn't look fantastic. Well, that's not too bad, is it? No, that's not too bad. Is that about the right height as well? I think so. We just need to sort the track center out. The reason I'd like to do this is because I'd like to build as a wall along the side as well. I may make the arch bigger just because it doesn't look, well, it's not bad, is it? Oh, that's too low. You'd smack your head on that, wouldn't you? Dear, oh dear. Now let's try 6. Is that going to be better? 6 is probably better. Let's just add a little bit more. As long as you're not too tall. Get you in there. I think that's about beautiful, isn't it? Now we can block off the walls here. Just with something like that should do. Either side. And then we can do something else with the rest of it. How's that, guys? Little archway. Probably a little bit bigger than real life, but I'll take it. We don't need that in there anymore. And there we go. Yeah, there we go. There's our little walkway up. We need to build this, don't we? So it's got a little bit of a side to it. We're just going to reset that to normal. Yeah, default works. We're going to drop you right down. There we go. Lovely stuff. And how do you look on that side? Not bad. We'll probably do need a little bit of height on this. 6 maybe. Ooh, not meters. Centimeters would be better. 7. There we go. So it looks like it's sat on the actual wall itself. Oh yeah, I kind of like that, guys. Now, do we want to build it from here and have it curve round? Or do we want to build it straight from there so that it's straight? I say we can do it this way, can't we? If we just do something like that. What we need is a long piece of wall, perhaps? Like that, something like that. It goes down. Well, we could just put that in and make it long. There we go, straight like that. Does that work? I think it does. I kind of like it. Is that how it sits? Oh no, it's all wonky. Don't make it wonky. Make this bit better. There's like little pillars at the end here that we can maybe try and do. That's going to be tricky. Kind of regretting not doing it from here now. We could do it in 2 sections. Well, we'll put it in. See how it looks at this angle. If it doesn't intersect with the track, it doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. It's just straight. I'll take that. Oh, that's fine, isn't it? I love that. That's almost it. Now, over here, there is something we can do in between here to represent what we've done over here. For a start, If we change this to gravel, it's not going to look nearly as terrible. Asphalt even will do. Asphalt, yeah, we'll get that. Drop this down, nice and small. We'll hold shift and just go all the way down there. Beautiful. All the way to the road. That's a little better, isn't it? We can also hide this, that it's sloping, with a bit of concrete. A slab of concrete. That's the one we need. We'll just drop that down. Just something to fill in that little gap we've got. Is that better? Oh, there we go. That's nice, isn't it? That works for me. I'll look for some sort of pillar edges to put on here. We might be able to use the bridges for JK's pillars there and just put them on the side. That might be doable. Over here we can use... I was about to say, I can never find these. They're sort of little buildings like that. I mean, these are a little bit low and they're a bit fancy, but they sort of work, especially if we do them. Oh, we can't change the actual colour of them. Oh, change height of accessories. Oh, I see. Yeah. Make them higher or lower. Yeah, but we could, anything that works like that. I think these are working the best so far. And we just have them looking fancy like that. Way fancier than they are. But they might work. Oh, pillars. Oh, we got pillars here. They're cool. Completely forgot about those. We want just left, don't we, here? Yes, this would be kind of nice. I like this. So that there, then none for the rest of these. We'll just keep doing the windows. We'll draw it around up to that point, and then we'll have our next bridge. So that will be on the right. There we go. And then if we start on the right again, from here we can go round that way. And in the middle we'll just fill it in with something similar to what's going on just there. There we go. Yeah, do you know what? That's not a bad idea, Grand. That's lovely. It's going to need a little bit of tidying up, but I like it. Do we like that? We've actually got some sort of station going, haven't we? There are some buildings up here. We do want to fit a cab ride in today. We could put a couple. There's a couple next to them down here. I can show you what houses I used then. If I can remember, of course. I believe they're Mad Hatter's versions. And they're the semi-detached houses. They'll be in here. Lanes on. Yes. Terrain alignment on. Assets on. And we'll put one person in there. And believe... Oh, which one was it? Semi. Yes. Either of these. Very colourful fence you've got there. We'll go with the less colourful 1940s semi. We'll leave a little path, yeah, down the side there, and we'll just put these in like that. There we go. That's pretty much the couple of houses that are sat at the bottom. There's a much bigger one on the other side, which I've no idea what that is. These are kind of terraced houses going all the way up. Now we know for a fact that isn't happening. They are a slightly different design though. Perhaps we can use these ones. Is it these? It might not be these, you know. It's tempting to have those. They're a little too wide. I know in here somewhere these might be a little bit perfect. Possibly. That wide and go all the way up the top. I mean, they've got bikes and stuff. I'm sort of playing with ideas at the moment. There's actually a little bit of a gap here. We do want that to raise up if possible. Enable population. Will that make you jump up a little bit? Yeah. Well, we can't get the proper connection, but we can toy with it a little bit. Try and get it about spot on. Oh, we need to be down here to start with. If we do one there, and then what's the next one going to look like? Absolutely awful. Halfway up the other house. Yeah, I may need to play with that idea. Because that's just not working. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of how they go, but they're making a real meal of it. Not the mod's fault. Transport Fever does not do this very well. We could possibly take off the population on just those ones. And then they just... oh, they snap anyway by the looks of things. Oh yeah, sometimes they don't snap. Maybe we can put a couple up here where it isn't so bad. Yeah. They work up there, don't they? We can go for like 4 along here. That might work. Where it's a little flat section. Sure. Should we do that? If we get it close like that, how does that look? Yeah, that's pleasant. Yeah, that'll do. I'll figure something out down here. I'm not sure. May have to use some slightly different housing. Or build some flat sections and do it manually. It's always a bit of a pain doing the anything on a slope. This we can tidy up a little bit so we don't have grass coming through our bridge there. We just do that. Is that the one? Yeah, there we go. We just paint that there. Tidies up that bridge. We'll have some nice stuff going on up here as well. A lot of this is going to be trees though again. Oh yeah, we need to tidy that up a little bit, don't we? That's going to require a big old block of concrete. Maybe like that will do just perfect. Is it level with the stairs? Not really. I don't know why you moved when I press shift. That makes 0 sense. Did you... somewhere like that. And we can also put a little... oh, does that hover? Right, yeah. Is it even straight? Possibly not. We're better off using this one, I think, because that won't hover. Makes it a little bit easier. I need you up, though. We don't need this on because that changes the depth of it, I believe. What we'd have to do is something like... oh, not that. Something like this. And it has the same effect, except when you raise it up, you won't be hovering. Beautiful. How does that look? Probably a touch lower. It's a little bit more central now, isn't it? Just lower you a touch so we don't get any flashes. Oh, is the bridge hovering now? That bit is, apparently. It's fine. Grand, leave it. That'll work. I'll mess with that. We'll get it all tidy. But there's the plan. I like this. I like this. What do you reckon to our station? We need a crossover because we should extend our train. Where do I want to put that? Maybe just after this bridge because it is temporary. Let's get us 40 mile an hour crossover. We'll also put in a signal. Oh, there's a bear there. Look at that. Someone had a great idea. I can't remember for the life of me your name. In the comments. And you're a star. We're going to name this bear. Not Easter egg. We're going to name you Broxy. Of course. He is the mascot. Well, he isn't. Broxy the bear. Mascot for Rangers. And now we've got a Broxy walking around. Lost. Because the ground doesn't exist. Yet it will. Possibly. I will try and get it in. Somehow. But anyway, here's our station. And we've got a bit of a journey now, haven't we? We should put a signal here just to make sure our trains use it. We can get rid of the other temporary junction then. We'll put you in there one way. And I guess we could have some intermediate signals. Why not use free aspect as well? There we go. We'll just put a couple in here. Not that we've got more than one train running this at the moment. It does mean we should be able to get rid of this. I know it's going to complain. Only temporarily though. As we're going to put that back in. I might start putting these around the main part of the circle here. Yeah. Do we have one like that? I hope so. That leans out. We do. Like that. Oh, wrong side. There. Perfect. Get you in there. Just so we can have some yellow lights occasionally. Right, we now need to change you and continue on after Maxwell Park. Go to Shawlands and then back to Maxwell Park. Beautiful. There we go. We've got quite the journey there now. Oh, I found a house, and I'm investigating currently some of the path mods, pavement mods, to try and get that working and functional. It would kind of be nice. Still a bit of detailing to do over here, still some finalizing. We've got a bit of a depot going on just here. Another look at the junction. But we'll be heading out to our first station soon, which is that one, technically, over there. What is it, Dumbreck, I believe? We'll be adding that station in, finalizing that. We'll also be heading on further this way, which will curve us around and back up to meet this line, which is going to be a little bit further over there. And this is the junction, guys, we'll be doing together with stations all the way here. This station here is going to be an absolute mission. That one, in comparison, was quite tame. In fact, I think the most difficult part of this was that. The terrain and building houses on terrain is just not pleasant. Doable, but not pleasant. Perhaps I can hide some of that with some trees and foliage of sorts around there, like we'll do on that side. Where's our train? Oh yes, we get to get on an electric train. Are we heading that way? That's kind of perfect, isn't it? Yeah, because we just want to whiz round the outside and get to Shawlands. Well, that's been an episode. We have Shawlands in. There goes... oh, it's the same service as us, sort of. I do have a list. I want to thank you in the comments for providing me all the services that run around this line. And it was also asked, will I be using the timetable mod? We may have to. I would like to take a look at it anyway. So yes, we'll investigate that. I've got to de-electrify that. I forgot when I was rebuilding it. More Z order issues. Nothing we can do about those though. Let's have a little ride out, shall we, to end this one, to Shawlands. And then next off, we'll probably make our way round a little further on the Cathcart line, on this line. And start heading to that monstrous junction with stations plastered all over it. That is going to be a build and a half. And I'm looking forward to it. Junction work and station work. Dear oh dear. Alright guys, thank you for watching. And until next time, take care.